let's build this out. We have a main item here. This is going to be easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this. So I have this as a different document, and I'm going to save this as a new document. And we're going to be able to put all this together later in a brand standard manual. But we have our heading. So this is our heading. That's been determined as 38 points, Montserrat extra bold. So that's kind of the biggest that we got. That is our biggest one. Let me see if I can't slide that over here to the right. We have kind of a subheading. This is going to be your next size. So I'm just going to sample this, create a new size. So this is going to be kind of our subheader. Our next one down, I guess you would call this kind of your H3 or your third smallest headline. When you do web design, you have the headers H1, H2, H3. So that is kind of your subheading. So that's going to be a step down. See, that's 21. Let's make sure those are nice rounded numbers. Let's do 21. And that's 22. So that's not a big step down. And what is our next smallest size? Looks like we have here kind of a smaller headline. This is 9 points, but it's bold. We also have the smaller descriptor type, which looks to be 6-point bold. So that's kind of your small descriptor. We have some small print here. We can bring that small print right in. That'll be down at the bottom. That'll be your smallest. And so we don't really have any body copy yet because we don't have any big blocks of copy. We have this, but we need something a little bit smaller than that, but bigger than our small print. So let's make a duplicate here, and let's give it a standard 8 points. Let's give a nice 10-point leading. Let's do a left alignment. Let's make it a non-italic. We want to make this regular. And we're going to do some other projects. We'll be able to figure out, tweak some of the body copy there. So this makes no sense because they're just random letters. So what we need to do is label these. So heading small. And that could be subheading large. That could be subheading extra small, subheading descriptor. And you can kind of title these however you'd like. We have this as body copy and that as small print. So we want to take a look at all these. That is basically what we have. Let's do heading goes here. Let's make this a little bit longer. Heading goes here. And the reason we want to make it longer is we want to be able to show them the spacing between lines in heading. So that's pretty tight. See how the G and the H are kind of overlapping each other? So in that case, we might need to change the leading a little bit so we don't have that issue moving forward. We also want to determine, do we want to use hyphens or not? If we don't want to use hyphens, we can go up to paragraph. We could just make sure the hyphenated button is unchecked. So it's important to start to establish all those paragraph rules and character rules. And it could be we need a little more differentiation between subheading large and subheading small. So this one's 22 and this one's 21. I mean, my opinion is there needs to be some more differentiation there. So what if we made this 19, just to kind of have a little bit more of a step down, a natural gradual step down. So we can label all these and say exactly what it is. This is extra bold, and we have it at 38 point font size, and we have it at a 39 leading. So if any other graphic designer were to take this, they would know exactly what kind of character style and paragraph styles to use for this. They'll also know it's a left alignment. And so we need to set up those rules for them and label them accordingly. So we have a logo system. And we also have a typographic or typography system. So think about all the things we could start to create. Think about how quickly we created that menu. And now that we have all these different logo variations, and we also know what typefaces to use, how big they are, and when to use them, we can create so many different things so quickly. But there's one really critical thing missing, and that is color. color plays huge parts of brand perception, mood, tone, and voice. And we're going to tackle that in the next section. We're going to talk about the psychology of color, and we're going to be able to develop 3 different color palettes and figure out which one we think would match with everything we've done so far and the research.